Hi, welcome to I'm Powered by Love TV. My name is Josh here, back with our Soulmate SOULSCOPEs. Welcome all my Scorpio Decan 3s, whose birthdays are from November 12th through November 21st. We're going to go ahead and start pulling down our energies here. These are channeled, and these are for the 15th through the 30th, and these are AKASHIC records. So these pull from your soul books, and we tie them onto your horoscope, as well as 2021 predictions. So you want to stay tuned through the entire video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, my Scorpio Decan 3 friends, let's go ahead and get started here with our energies. So we're going to be pulling these down, exactly what we're moving through. Heard that for you, heard that for you, heard that, heard that, heard that. Alright. Alright. So let's get these in order here because they came out a little over the place, but we want to do this, that's where we're at, this is where we're going. So, right now our energies are moving towards a transformation, right? We're trying to bring forth this vision. Okay, the reason these are here, I know it says refusing to see, and you're like, wait, you just talked about a vision. So the refusing to see is the ability that is the fact that we have the ability to do so, right? We are refusing to see that we can do this. We're doubting ourselves. We're falling victim to the, someone else can do that. Someone else has already done it. You know, all these types of things. They're talking about creative ideas, business ideas. I'm hearing all these kind of ideas we're having for ourselves. And you're like, well, I don't think I can do that or do this or do that. And you're also seeing this, they're also saying this is going to your love sector, because for those who are seeking and looking at dating, can't see yourself. You're trying because you want to have this deeper connection and you're moving yourself, but you fall short every time, and you just can't, because you can't see yourself in that relationship. So you allow yourself to work to come over. And so this is where you're starting to feel very alone. That's why this is right here as well. When we're feeling alone and refusing to see, these two really block our energies, right? So what they actually want you to do here is to begin taking heed and learning. This teach is you seeking guidance. This is you looking for someone to show you how you can actually break through these things, how you can break through these patternings, because you're noticing the patterns. You're seeing in yourself. You're like looking back on years. They're showing me you're looking back further. You're going back to some of you going back 5 years, some of you going back 10, and seeing like, wow, I was still kind of dealing with this, and I was still having this mental fog, but still able to move forward because you were doing so from a willpower of, I need to have this. This has to happen. If this doesn't happen, I'm screwed. I'm left in the dust. All these things, and so we have to open ourselves up at this point, right, and begin to surrender. And that's where detached and clarity of belief are moving. And they want you to do this right now. They want you to do this by the 18th. They want you to do this by the 21st, is detaching and setting this intention, clarity of the belief in ourselves, right? The belief that we can take flight, the belief that we can have these relationships, and the belief that we can actually heal and mend these things that we've so built up of ourselves, these old systems, these old ways of being, these old ways of going about life, right? It's been just so heavy on our thoughts. And some of us have just dealt with deep depression, and this year has really put us in kind of a year of reflection, which is good for you, and they want you to go deeper, because they want you to open up and unblock this eye of you actually being able to put these things in action and seeing yourself doing them, because you have these ideas and you see these people in relationships, but you refuse to see yourself in it. And this goes with loving ourselves at first. And so as we detach and surrender and begin to fall away from the old way of being and begin to believe that we deserve and can achieve these things, that's where these two come in. And these two are more dealt with the growth in these things. They want you to see that this growth can start, and you'll see these successes in our all areas. They said all areas when we do so. And take the leap into the self at this time. Take the leap into self-love. Allow yourself to hold a resonance of gratitude for being able to acknowledge that this is actually happening within us, and being right here, right now, listening to this message today, because you needed to hear validation. You've been seeking it, and you've been trying to find out answers and have been looking in all directions, but haven't quite found out the truth. And so here today, you are receiving much needed validation and the ability to move forward today. So we're going to go ahead and right now get into the better part of the reading here and talk about your 2021 predictions. All right, my Scorpio Decant 3. So we're going to get into our 2021 predictions. What we're going to start with here first, though, is our energies for the 2021 season. Kind of our personal soul's growth, what we're going to be going through and learning here. And we're going to actually start here. This is the first deck. Is going to talk about the lesson that we're going to be working through here in 2021. Then we're going to get into the ability, because I don't want to know what we have, what our strength is that's going to help us overcome this lesson and grow through it here with our soul. This is something that we've learned, something that we've developed and been working towards. And then lastly, we're going to talk about our path, okay? This is the healing path, how we're going to go about these, and let's get started. All right, Scorpios, let's go ahead and get into our energies for 2021 here. We are going through imagination. Oof, I like this for you. This is going to be a good lesson for you. They're saying this is going to be crucial. We have to go back to the appreciation of all the things in our imagination and seeing ourselves and the ideas that we create and having love in them and joy and passions in them instead of driving ourselves mad trying to figure things out. I like how it says, I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So this is going to be the lesson that our soul is going to grow through here, and how we're going to do so here with our ability is this trade or this exchange. And this is what they're talking about here with our visions, how we put someone else in, or say someone else has been doing this already, or someone is already making this, or any of these things. And so we kind of almost put ourselves down. But we have this ability here to embrace and say, well, digging deeper, the reason this is tied is because it's going to allow you to open up the box and say, well, I'm different, so I'm going to make this different according to how I am creatively, okay? So they're saying this is going to be kind of a transformation, a moving of exchanging the part that you see someone else as, putting yourself in there. This is what you are good at, and you have to stand in and start putting yourself back into that. So this is just kind of a seeing that you do this already, and then standing in it here. And our healing path here is Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono. It's a hard word to say. This is a healing prayer here, and this is peace and love, and this is for the self here. This is a healing prayer for yourself, and I love how it's in number 33 here. So this is what we're going to have to go into ourselves as, because we have to see ourselves doing these things and love that we are doing these things. So coming back in this passion and these creations and envisioning ourselves and exchanging ourselves in this aspect what's going to help us grow our imagination and come back to kind of this kid self of creating and manifesting and moving things around for our life in the way we want to see it. Okay, it's going to be a big healing year for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get into our 2021 soulmate love predictions. All right, Scorpio Decan 3s, let's go ahead and get into our love predictions for 2021. Let's see what we're moving through here. I'm gonna just put this guy off to the side here because we'll get to that one at the end. I want to see what we're going through here throughout the year. So, So, the beginning of the year. Boom, boom. Oh, look at that. Teacher popping up again, coming into your life. Okay. So let me get this in order here for you to tell me how to arrange this. Okay, so the beginning of the year. We're talking about a shedding of the skin. We're going to be rethinking and putting ourselves first here. And we have to drop all this not good enough talk. And so when it talks about loss, it's talking about us making these changes, and it's also talking about loss of ego as a decrease in the ego. And so we'll get into that as well, because that's going to come full circle here. So there's a loss in the ego self here of feeding into it and becoming one with our higher self here. It's talking about the sacred temple. That is going to come further down the road, but you're going to start seeing yourself here and listen more, and it's going to be hard, which is why they're telling you to have courage and have hope, because it's going to be tough seeing people around you kind of shift. So there's going to be people shifting in and out of your life at this time as well. Some relationships, some breakups here. So the beginning is going to be kind of a adjustment period, and you're going to want to understand that you can now fully grow yourself at this time, and pulling the love in and pulling out in these things of how can I actually begin to create and manifest and hold this vision and put myself in it so I can get what I deserve, right? So when it's talking about here the loving woman and the decrease, we're going to put these together because this is going to be a new cycle here. Now, people coming in and out is what they were talking about here. This is a decrease, but it's also kind of an increase, just in the way of who's going to be coming in. You're going to be matching frequencies, people, but you are going to be losing, and they're saying not losing altogether, but losing people just because of your growth. And that happens as we move forward here and stand in that truth here. And they're saying here these energies are going to work through up until June. And then around June, we're going to be stepping out here. This is where we're working through our inner self through the beginning half of the year. We're holding our passions and holding courage for ourselves that we can do this, we can push forward, because it's going to be tough. Now, when we find this passion and develop it, anything that holds and burns, they're saying you want to, you have something in mind, and you want to develop it into a daily abundance, something that you're going to gain finances from, something that you can create a business from, something that you can grow with here with some talents that you have. This could be a multitude of things, writing, acting, music, hearing, dance, all these things, and those are just the kind of the main ones they shouted out here. And they want you to continue to do things because this is going to keep you in yourself through the beginning half of the year as well. As we hold that here, again, the teacher card pulls up here in 2021. because now you're looking, again, finding someone to help you grow and actually shed these things and help you peel off these layers of the ego that we've held on to. Peel off these old ways of being that we're looking back and saying, wow, these cycles have continued and continued and continued. That's also, you're going back to this decrease because it's also the end of those cycles of how we would create from a will of just, I need this to happen, right? And then we're going to start stepping into our sacred temple here. They're saying around September. September, October, we're going to be stepping into our higher selves, and we're going to be reaching out for our soul to kind of become one, so that way we can fully begin to manifest love. We can be manifesting abundance at this time here, and so it's going to be a battle and a journey through the beginning of the year. And as long as we continue and hold our passions and reach out, they want you to find someone. And again, why you are here right now and today is to get this validation and reassurance. So I do want to invite you here to check out our website, because this is exactly what we do. We do soul growth. We help you through these things of old ways of being, old systems and things like that. Check out Mind Engineering as well as the Self-Love Club, and we will help you get to the place that you see yourself and want to see yourself at. Now let's go ahead and get into our love predictions here, the definitive answer. So, this is the card that you guys have been wishing for about love. You know, I'm hearing all through this whole time, they didn't want me to allude to it, but you guys have been asking a lot about it. And so, your answer is compromise. And I do like this for you guys here, because you have to compromise, and you have to come back to healing yourself first, right? So you have to say, okay, I don't put this on the back burner. Compromise, it's coming. Once I step into my full self and allow these energies to move forward with me, then I can bring someone in and we can grow together and have a loving relationship. Again, latter half of the year here. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get into the... All right, my Scorpio DKN 3 friends, thank you guys for tuning in here today with I'm Powered by Love TV. We already know we're going to have to kind of do some work here, do some good healing, figuring some things out, compromise, and come to ourselves at this time. So if this does resonate with you here in the love sector, go ahead and drop that emoji down below so that way we know, as well as the abundance sector. If that resonates with you, drop that emoji down below about the creating, manifesting here in 2021. So that way we can hear from you guys. We want to hear from you. And also, for those who are in relationships and moving or seeking and talking to someone, check out your partner, soulmates, and SOULSCOPE readings so you can get an idea of their energy. Drop your zodiac sign down. We can see who's talking to who and compatibility and all these things, so that way we can get an idea of some new content to make for you guys here. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for all the already great content that we have out with our soul messages, pick a card, elementals of love, and all these great things here. I am Josh, and I want to send you guys love and light, and I'm signing out.